Good morning, guys. Appreciate you sitting in with me. We're going to start in just about a minute. Oh, it's 9:30. Less than a minute. Okay. Happy Monday. Appreciate those who are watching. April is Autism Awareness Month. And for the past 18 years, our family has done a benefit at the BLuebird for autism awareness, and Autism Tennessee has been the beneficiary. And just really thankful that somebody keeps letting the door open and letting us sneak back in every year. It first started because I met Barbara Cloyd down at a Frank Brown, a songwriters festival on the Gulf Coast, and asked her if that would be a possibility, and she graciously said yes. So we began doing it there with the early round, and then a few years later, Amy Curlin offered us to do the late round also, and Les Kerr's been kind enough to host that for us every year. So, like I said, it's just a joy to be there, and we appreciate it, and it's our way of bringing a little awareness to the community. So today, I just thought I would do a few songs and stories for you. If there's anything special you want to hear, let me know. I'll try to see if I can pull it up out of my brain. Someone did request Blue Rose, so I'll do that before we finish. I don't want to forget that in the next few weeks, we don't have dates set yet, but I'm really excited to have Peter Rosenberger will be on soon. He has something called Hope for the Caregiver. He does a radio show and podcast, and so I'm excited to get to interview him. And Melody Guy, who is just a wonderful singer-songwriter. She is on the spectrum and has a child on the spectrum, so I look forward to interviewing her in the future as well. And so I'm going to get to it today. Again, I've always said songwriting is my therapy. It's my way of journaling my life, and it kind of gives me a way to get out the hurt, the pain, the joy, whatever, just kind of helps me spit it out there. This song was written, and I'll do this one first because it's where Breaking the Chains came from. One of the hardest times for me with Morgan was before her diagnosis, and that's when this was written, because we just saw her disappearing from us, and I was really trying to find a way to get back to her again. And what I've realized over the years is, what a mixed blessing it's been. What I've learned in the process of trying to reach her, just the things that I've learned from her and what God has taught me through her. I've realized in my grasping that how hard it is for him to get to me sometimes. So that's just a little piece of it. So I'm going to do that one for you first, and I see my mom's watching, so good morning. Let's see. How can I reach you so that I can teach you? Open up the world and put it in your hands. Cast out those shadows, replace them with meadows. How can I help you finally understand there is a place outside I need to show you? Please don't hide. Help me break those chains that hold your precious mind. Like Rapunzel in a castle, please let down your golden hair. I need to climb and join you so that I can find that something that's missing between here and there. Help me break those chains. Open your eyes to the colors of rainbows. Open up your ears to hear the whippoorwill come out of that midnight, reach into the sunlight. Feel the warmth that greets you as you climb those hills. Taste the sweetness of each day. Together we will find a way. Help me break those chains that hold your precious mind. Like Rapunzel and her castle, please let down your golden hair. I need to climb and join you so that I can find that something that's missing between here and there. Help me break those chains. Please help me break those chains. And that's that one. Thanks for listening. And what, when I look at Corinthians chapter 13, and you look at how it's broken down, you'll see just all the definitions of perfect love, and I've got to practice a lot of that in my relationship with Morgan, trying to bring everything that I have in order to get back from her. And someone asked me yesterday, about, I'm always saying that my faith is what keeps me going, what keeps me up there and hanging on. And if you look in verse 12, you'll see something. I know I'm going to terribly misquote it, but basically about, right now we see as a reflection, like a dim reflection in a mirror, but then we'll know as we are known. And I always say, if I'm not going to be able to have my conversations with Morgan here, that is one of my hopes, that I'm going to get to really speak with her on the other side, and I'll get to know her and God and just the whole situation, even as I am known. So, I really look forward to that. This next one, when Rudy and I first got married, we lived in a little shotgun house is what they call it. If you've never heard, it's about 800 square feet, and if you look from the front door to the back, you could shoot a gun straight. And I think that's how it got the name. You could shoot straight through. And we spent most of our weekends patching it up. My mom and dad helped us get that little place, and that was some of the best memories of our marriage, was those years. And Allison was born there, and then when we got a little bit crowded, we had to move out to the country, and then we built our dream home. We were just so excited to have this wonderful 4-bedroom house out in the, with a couple of acres that my parents had also given us, so that we could, just start a good life. And it was around that time when we built the home and Morgan turned 2 that we started, seeing the differences. She had that typical development till about age 2, and then things started to change. So here we were with this, perfect house and family, and we thought, oh, everything should be wonderful, but that's not what it's all about, because we couldn't find out what was going on with our child. And so thankfully, we heard about research and stuff that was going on up here with Vanderbilt University. We heard about Autism Tennessee and the support that they offered. So our family moved here. And now we live in a little old house in Hendersonville, and we're much happier. We're much happier because of the support and everything that's here. And I just believe it was good for all of our family. Very thankful for the opportunities that Allison's had here also. So this is Little Old House. All our friends say we've got it made. Guess it looks that way on the financial page. But in climbing that ladder of success, somewhere we left our happiness. Today I took a good long drive, the kind it takes to clear your mind. Found myself in our old trade it all for those old walls. When it was all we had it all in that little old house. When you look inside the classified real estate at column 9, if you'll take the time to read between the lines, you'll see what all we left behind in that little old house. Not in the best part of town, but in those rooms. What a love we found, and I traded all for those old walls. When it was all we had it all in that little old house. What do you say? Let's find our way back to that place where our hearts embraced. Back to that little old house, not in the best part of town, but in those rooms. What a love we found, and I traded all for those old walls. When it was all we had it all in that little old house. That's it. Good morning, Darlene. Thank you guys again for watching. That's like I said, so that's out where that one came from. I got to do this one for Allison. Hope she doesn't get on to me. But she's just amazing to me. She's just come so far, and my first girl, and you know, I've watched everything she's been through, and she's just worked so hard, and she's just as stubborn as I am, and that, you know, so I'm thankful for that when I see where it's got her. But this was written for her. I'm really thankful for the opportunities that she's had up here because of just the location and the colleges and choices around us, and the path Allison took, and what she's doing now. As she's a board certified behavior analyst, works her tail off. She loves doing that, being able to work with the kids, but it's hard. It's very hard. And so now I'm excited because she's going to also get to teach a little bit over at the university because she loves teaching, and that's a joy to her. So I'm glad that she's always, you know, getting those little dreams in there. And she was even belly dancing this weekend. I had to go see her at TTU. So I told her, I said, you know, don't forget to dance. Don't forget to dance, because you got to do what you love to keep yourselves going. And I say that to parents everywhere too, you know, or caregivers. Find out what your joy is, what brings you, brings your energy up and keeps you going. And that's just really important. Thank you for listening, Karen. I appreciate it. And I'm just, like I said, y'all forgive me as I stumble, because this is a songwriter thing too. I'm going to hope to get through these songs and on one pass. If I don't, it's live. So that's where we are. So anyway, this one was written for Allison, and it's been a little while since I played it. So I'm gonna, this is my girl, forever and always. She rolls her eyes at all my good advice, rarely shuts a door or turns out a light. But then out of the blue she'll say or do something that takes my breath away, and I know she'll be okay. Almost a woman, almost there. much to share. Already somebody with a heart that's so, so strong. Almost a woman, almost grown. Sometimes the way we think is miles apart. She takes her independence to an art. But she's a golden gift when you sift away the faults that I passed on. Soon the world will be your own. Almost a woman, almost there. Got a lot to learn, so much to share. Already somebody with a heart that's so, so strong. Almost a woman, almost grown. Now wasn't it just yesterday she was bouncing on my knee, playing horse and patty cake and make believe. Almost a woman, almost there. Got a lot to learn, so much to share. Already somebody with a heart that's so, so strong. Almost a woman, almost grown. Almost a woman, my child is almost gone. That's it. I heard it a little bit, but I got there. And of course, Allison's been married, my gosh, almost 5 years now, and to her best friend, and they are just a mess together. So I'm always, like I said, enjoy seeing them and hearing the adventures that they're up to. So that's my other girl. If y'all want to hear anything else and I can remember it, let me know. I will. I appreciate you listening. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm just, as I've said before, the songwriting's my therapy and how I kind of make sense of the world. And we're doing the BLuebird tomorrow night, a benefit for Autism Tennessee. And so I just wanted to have the chance to tell you a little bit about where my music comes from. And I'm thankful on the round one, we'll have Stephen Lee Veal join us, who's been there every year since the beginning. He's a writer's writer, got some great music. Susie Ragsdale, really excited to have her. She's just, you need to look up her website. She's amazing, and this is her second year to be back with us. And her and Steve, she's done some background vocals for him on projects, so that's how he actually brought her into the fold, and I'm very thankful for that. Look forward to having her again. John Swain, who's been with us a number of years doing this. John is a musician, minister, multi-instrumentalist, so playing behind any of these guys is very intimidating, but I'm thankful they're kind to me. Let me sit in. So I'm really excited to have all of them, and our guest artist, as always, is Logan Blade. You've heard me talk about him a lot here, and so I'm excited to have him on the round because we're going to be letting him sing some of his songs that are on his new project, I'm Gonna Tell It All. So this year's theme is that, I'm Gonna Tell It All, and we've got little megaphone whistles because Morgan's into megaphones right now. So we make this stuff up as we go, and that's what we came up with. So that's how we're fitting it out. Let me see how my time is. Okay. Oh my gosh, not a lot of time here. So I'm gonna do, let's see. I'm gonna do a grandpa song, and then because I promised Blue Rose, I want to make sure I get to that. But my mom and dad came up here about 2 years after us because they miss the grandkids, and they're tolerating us, but they're thankful to be here to be with the grandkids, and we're so thankful to have them. So just such a blessing to have them, here supporting close to us, and to, I don't know what we do without them. So this was written for my dad. This was actually co-written with Daniel Kleindance because my daddy used to be tough when I was coming up. It was just that generation. And then I had kids and something happened to him. So that's where this came from. So somebody's grandpa. in the sand, picking up rocks, picking up bugs, bending over, getting hugs from someone only 3 feet tall. Well, it must be somebody's grandpa. Now, I ain't saying he was mean or bad, but I can't remember dear old dad ever letting me eat ice cream before dinner. Now he's wiping a nose and tying a shoe, watching cartoons instead of the news. And if he ever did that before, well, I can't remember. Oh, who is that man being led by the hand, playing cars and trucks and building castles in the sand, picking up rocks, picking up bugs, bending over, getting hugs from someone only 3 feet tall? Well, it must be somebody's grandpa. Yeah, he looks vaguely familiar, beats all I ever saw. Yes, it must be somebody's grandpa. So that's that one. And like I said, love Mom and Dad. So thankful that they're up here on our team, if you will. Thank you, Karen, for listening. Appreciate it. Oh, she's wanting brown truck. Oh, dear. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that one, and I'll go. So we'll give you, let me see how my time is. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. I try not to go past 10 because I know everybody's busy, and I just appreciate you hanging any few minutes you can. This song was co-written with Morgan and John Swain, the one I told you, the gentleman that's going to be on our round. And Morgan loves to order stuff. She is a woman. She loves to order stuff from the brown truck and from Amazon and wait for the brown truck to deliver it. So that's where this came from. So we are all shoppers. Oh, and she says that's Maggie's favorite. I told Maggie she can sing this anytime she wants to because Maggie's got a voice and a half, and I'd love to hear it. But and again, she's a woman, so she appreciates shopping as well. So here we go. Let me see if I can get this one. Tomorrow night, Morgan's going to help me sing this because she is a co-writer on it. So here we go. Looking out my window, listening for a knock, knock on my door. Checking on my email to see what's in the store. Gazing at my calendar, counting down the days. They said it'd be in by number 10, but I'm hoping for number 8. Waiting on a brown truck and a little bit of luck. Waiting on a brown truck to bring me something to open up. Watching for a box with a big black smile. Been waiting a while. Waiting on a brown truck. Waiting on a brown truck. Any day is a good day when it pulls into the drive, carrying what I've ordered, or maybe a surprise. Well, I get so excited when I know it's on the way. Hey, sharpen up those scissors so we can cut through all that tape. Waiting on a brown truck and a little bit of luck. Waiting on a brown truck to bring me something to open up. Watching for a box with a big black smile. Been waiting a while. Waiting on a brown truck. Waiting on a brown truck. Always wishful thinking. I know I've got it bad, but just dreaming of it showing up makes me glad. Watching for a box with a big black smile. Been waiting a while. brown truck, waiting on a brown truck, waiting on a brown truck, waiting on a brown truck. There we go. Almost got through it. Right. Thanks for asking for that one. That's a fun one. And like I said, I always enjoy writing with Morgan. We do that a lot to develop language. She just had such a cool way of phrasing things. And so I love to pull those little phrases out, and we find what she's interested in to write. So that's going to be, if I ever do a next project, it'll have a lot of those little songs on it, the red fire truck, and just fun things, you know. So she makes me rock a little bit too, because I tend to get in the slow mode. So she brings it up. Allison has actually co-written one with me recently, which was a sort of a pie in the sky dream of mine, because I never thought I would get her to do that. And she actually asked me. My dad turned 80 this March, and so she called me and said, I want to write a song for Pawpaw. And I went, well, yeah, we can do that. So she asked about 2 weeks before, nothing like the last minute. So we Skyped that one together, and that was just a joy to do that. And she sang it for him, and I think she's going to sing it tomorrow night if I can talk her into it. So we'll see. That's going to be a how Allison's doing, and if her nerves won't get the best of her. I told the BLuebird's really small, so it should be easy. And she's got a really an audience that, you know, is very supportive, and that means a lot too. Let's see, someone. Oh, hey Maggie, thank you for listening. Maggie is a good friend who she is multi-talented, because she sings and writes and does art, you know, visual arts, and was in dancing also the other night with some friends at the Borderless Arts event. And I just have a lot of respect for Maggie and love to see her. She loves the Bound Truck song, and so I've told her, please sing it anytime. And love for you to do it as a fellow shopper. I'll give you this last one, because we're about there, so I'm going to run over a minute. Sorry about that, but I promised Blue Rose. This was co-written with my dad for my daughter Morgan, and it was back when she didn't have that many words. She's gotten way past that now, and now I think it's one of those things where you pray for him to speak, and you're going, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? But she has anyway, again, written by her papa and me. So let's see. It's been a little while since I've done this one too. He calls her Blue Rose. He is her old silver hair. Each day they go walking with his cane and her teddy bear. And although she seldom ever speaks a word, deep inside his heart somehow they're heard. For every hope, every prayer, love is always there to fill the need in God's speed. He'll tell you blue roses are very rare, and if you pick to have one, you know they take special care, and the blessings they will bring you in return are many more than anyone can ever earn. For every hope, every prayer, love is always there to fill the need in God's speed. Sometimes a flower blossoms out of season. Patiently we wait for what he knows. God has sent this rose here for a reason, so the world will be amazed at how it grows. For every hope, every prayer, love is always there to fill the need in God's speed. He calls Each day they go walking with his cane and her teddy bear. That's it. Okay. Thanks. It's 10:01, so I'm gonna get out of here. But thank you guys. I appreciate you watching so much. We'll be back next week. I don't have a plan for that yet, but as I said, I've got some upcoming interviews. One with Peter Rosenberger, who does Hope for the Caregiver, just some excellent resources. Thank you for watching, Karen. Appreciate it. One with Melody Guy, who is just an amazing singer-songwriter. She's actually had a new project out in January, so I want to talk to her a little more about that. She is on the spectrum, and she has a son. He's on the spectrum, so I look forward to getting some wisdom from her. And I hope soon also to interview the folks at Pure Place. It's a day program that offers job skills, social skills, and Morgan goes there a couple of days a week and loves it. So I want to talk to them a little more to talk about what they're doing in our community. And Mary's Magical Place down the road, which is an all-inclusive park for individuals. So we have a lot coming up. Just got to line it all up. Love you. Appreciate you watching so much. Sorry for going over, and look forward to talking with you next week. Take care. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye. And let's see. Karen says, love the concert. Oh, you're welcome for the free concert. Sorry for all the flubs, but we do what we can. Take care.